Could we have your attention, please? Over here, over here. Everybody. Quiet. Ho. Hey-o. Here, Ted, give me an hey-o.
Hey-o.
There we go. My wife and I would just like to welcome everybody here who is celebrating this evening with us. Marriage of Teddy and Brian. Woo! And Gene and I are thrilled to death to have Brian as part of our family. And we now have a great big extended family. And we got to know a little bit of Michigan when Teddy went to school up there. And I think we're going to get to know a lot more over the years. And we appreciate that. So thank you guys. For the two here that got married today, I've known one of them a lot longer than I have the other one. But I am thrilled to know Brian, having part of the family. The thing I know about both of them is they bring smiles to people's faces every day. And as a dad, that makes me proud. And as a father-in-law, I'm going to be very proud of you too, Brian, and I appreciate that. So all we ask of you guys tonight is to enjoy yourselves, have fun, help celebrate with them, and everybody has a smile on their face. So let's have fun.
Okay, it's time for the best man speech. And I'd like to start by thanking everybody for coming out tonight. Truly a special occasion. And I'd like to thank especially Teddy's parents, Rob and Jean, my parents, Mike and Lisa, for being gracious hosts. And for throwing this wonderful party in honor of two special people. And I'd definitely like to thank Brian and Teddy, for giving me this incredible honor and allowing me to speak here tonight. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Matt Lewis. I am Brian's older brother. And, growing up with Brian was truly a lot of fun. We have a lot of great memories, be it in sports, be it in, trips. We took a lot of trips, different parts of the country, trips up to the cottage, with Grandma and Grandpa Lewis, always great memories that we'll always cherish. But me, I'm an analogy guy. I'm a coach and I'm a teacher. So I like to give analogies that help, my kids, my players understand, what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this. Like me, okay, Matt, the older brother, I'm like the Detroit Tigers, okay? Me. I'm like the Detroit Tiger, okay? I'm like the dominant older brother, right? I finish in first place a lot. I have a lot of success, right? And then there's Brian, okay? He's like the weak, younger brother, always trying to get at the big dog, but can't really get there. Every year, I feel like every year I heard, this is the year Brian's gonna rise up and really get the big dog, And then when the end of the year comes, same old story. Okay, so back to my analogy, I'm like the Detroit Tigers, Brian clearly is the Kansas City Royals. Clearly. Clearly, okay. That was for Gene. I'm looking for Gene on that one. Okay. No, but in all honesty, there was one thing that Brian got really good at, okay, and he beat me all the time. And that was video games. I'd come home from college, and Brian would absolutely destroy me in two games I can remember, FIFA, soccer, and NCAA football 05, which is way long time ago, but that's 05. And Brian was really good. And it wasn't until later, okay, that I realized that Brian, while I was gone at college, he was kind of stacking his team. He was getting like the best players on his team. He was getting, pumping up all his guys so they'd be the best guys. So that when I come back, I had no chance. Okay, no chance. So in my book, I'd call that cheating. Okay, cheating. Okay, so again, sticking with the analogy theme, okay, I was like you know, the moral, upstanding older brother that always followed the rules and did the right things, like some Detroit Tigers greats, like Alan Trammell, you know, Lou Whitaker, Jack Morris. Okay, and Brian, the cheater, was like George Brett. That cheater, George Brett. I'll tell you what. No, but in all honesty, you know, I think you all have a pretty clear picture now. You know, those are analogies I think everyone here will understand. And I think you have a pretty clear picture of what it was like growing up with Brian. And now I kind of want to fast forward to now. And I couldn't be more proud of what my little brother has become. You know, a man, a coach, a teacher, a mentor, and now a husband. And speaking from a guy with 14 wonderful days of husband experience, okay. There's a couple of things I've learned in 2 weeks, and I'd like to pass it on to Brian. Okay. All right, thing number one, okay, Brian, okay, take out the trash before it starts to stink, okay? Do not leave that trash in there until it stinks. Write that down. Okay, number two, okay, never leave a wet towel on the bed. Okay, your wife will not like that. Okay, don't leave your wet towel on the bed. Okay, and thirdly, and most important, okay, every night, okay, or every day, make sure you take time to kiss your wife and tell her you love her. Okay, because, you know, life can get hectic, things aren't always peachy, okay, but that moment, okay, in time, it's a quick time every night. Okay, that moment reminds you of what's really important and how special what you two have really is. Okay, and I think it's really important and it will help you with a long-lasting marriage. Okay, so I think it's really important. And to Teddy, you know, I got to be honest, I didn't always know that Teddi was going to be a great fit for our family. Okay, and especially this was exacerbated when, okay, we took her fishing one time. Okay, first time we took her fishing, and I've been fishing for a long time, and I've never seen a pole break in half. Okay, but Teddi somehow managed to break my favorite pole in half. Okay, I'm just saying. So that's for effect. Okay. No, but really though, whether you're breaking a fishing pole or destroying the landscaping in my parents' house, or whether you and I are dominating as as partners in euchre, or whether you are cooking us a delectable meal, as you have several times, I could not be happier to call you a sister, and we could not be more proud to call you a Lewis. So with that, I would like everybody to raise their glass. Again, thanks for coming out tonight, and to the happy couple, to many years, many blessed years of love and happiness. Cheers. And now I'd like to introduce the best woman, Anna Ewing.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you all tonight. I don't know that there's two better people to celebrate than Teddi and Brian, so they definitely deserve it, and I'm excited that we get to do that together, and that I get to call them both family. And so I was thinking about this, and you guys have probably all seen a lot of T's and B's around since you've been here. And so obviously for Teddi and Brian, they're nicknamed for each other. And I remember several years ago, I started hearing about this Brian, who then became B, and then now he's a part of our family. And so when I started hearing about B, I thought I might hear about this guy for the rest of my life, and I'm glad to. So I'm glad to welcome Brian into the family. But I thought I would stick with just even that T and the B theme. And there's just a few things I wanted to even thank Teddi for, just for being a great sister. So something about me, I wanted to thank Teddi just even for letting me in on her life for the last 24 years, just turned 24. But I don't know if y'all know, I grew up and I didn't really talk very much. I was really quiet till probably, I don't know, maybe like 16, 17 years old. So I had Teddi, who was a few years older than me, who I got to follow, and she still invited me along. Which I can't imagine that I was very much fun, honestly. So I'm very thankful that Teddi would always invite me along and just let me in on her life, introduce me to her friends, act like I was really cool to have around, when I know that I probably wasn't. So I appreciate that. And I also wanted to just even thank Teddi for being a good listener. There's a lot of times I call her and she just listens, and I just tell her everything, and then it's usually like, okay, I've got to go, and she's like, okay, bye, but she's listened the whole time. So I think that's something too unique about Teddi, so that I can call her and she is always going to listen. So thanks for doing that. And I think too, just thanking you for having a joyful attitude. I think everyone here can attest to that they've gotten experience just even the joy that Teddi has and that she brings to other people, and just in any life circumstances that she really does bring joy to them. And so I'm very thankful that I've been able to learn that from you, and I've been able to experience that from you. And then you met Brian, who does the exact same thing. So that's a win too. And so those are just a few things that I wanted to thank you for, but I want to thank you for being the best friend that I could ever ask for, and also the best assistant that I could ever have. So thank you for that. So to Teddi. And then even for Brian. So Brian, or B, as he is spoken of by Teddi, really is a blessing to this family. A blessing in many ways. He's kind, he's loving, and he's game for anything. And I was thinking about this, and there's one vivid memory I have with Brian, and it's when we went to the Olathe East state softball tournament when Teddi was coaching. And so this is just a couple years ago, so I had experienced a lot of softball. And so had Brian. And so Teddi got back in the coaching game, so the softball didn't end. And so we were back in Kansas City, and Brian was willing to go to all of these softball tournaments and games that he probably didn't even really know the players on the team. And so me and Brian were just a little pair driving back and forth, watching all of the games. And so he really is just game for anything. But I think that even showed that he really just does love my sister unconditionally. And I couldn't ask for anything more than that. So Brian, you really are a blessing. I'm excited to have you as a brother. And so welcome to the family. But to Teddi and to Brian, let's toast tonight to an evening of fun and also a lifetime of just even joy together. So to Teddi and to Brian.